Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Replay Rabbids to Go Home, the 31,750 foot run. Okay, county free-for-all. First off, 3,000 feet. Unlimited time zones. There's nothing in here. There's limited enemies. You just get run around until you get 600 items, and then the blower rabbit shoots you to the last 400 or whatever, or 400 items. And so get the stuff on the roof first, and the reason is because you don't want to accidentally trigger the blower rabbit after you've gotten the pipes. That's why I suggest that. And supercharge the haystacks, because otherwise the hay bales fly around. You gotta find them. I did a run at this, like both the free-for-all levels. I did runs at and missed just small amounts of items. In this one, it was 15. I don't know where they are. To this day, I don't know what I missed in my initial run, but I did miss something. There were something like there were 12 levels, I think, were my best run, where I took my time and was careful. I actually got them perfect by myself, without without having to look things up and like look at strategies and stuff like that, or just practice obsessively. Or maybe it was all but 12. I think maybe it was all but 12. And this was not actually. I don't know if I count this or not. It was not on my. I don't think it was on my list of the 12 I couldn't do. Like, I knew I had missed 15 items, but I knew I would find them. Like, because I've gotten 1,000 on this before. It's free. It's free roaming. Like, the only problem is the environment's just big and open, and so it's really easy to leave something sitting. And we're gonna do a lot of that. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of backtracking because it's just impossible for me to come up with a systematic way to to do this. You can work, like, it's obviously like a wheel with the house at its center, and you can work kind of in a spiral out from the house if you want to try that. But I may have missed these chickens. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, you can try that. And you can develop your own ways, obviously, to make this level a little more, I guess, predictable or trackable. But it's, you know, like, just this whole area down here, don't get me started. And the frozen thing, that guy glitched out on me a couple times. In fact, at one point I had to shoot the rabbit out of the remote to, like, knock the stuff out of the air. It was just stupid. Now, obvious arrows are obvious. Okay. We got one pigeon mocking us. He's mocking us. Pigeons are always mocking me. The only thing I hate more than pigeons are seagulls. Oh. I do not like seagulls. I don't. Milwaukee has a big problem with them because obviously it's not what you would think of as a place that would have but like it's on like Michigan, so it has a huge problem with them in the downtown and stuff. They're horrible. They're not afraid of anything. They're mean and they're big. Alright, anyway, so there's a little cave over here. They try to give you a little hint, but... So, we started well. I mean, we're at like 130 items. Scare the guys out of the tubes, and you get the tubes. Okay. Now, obviously, the people, the barbecue grills, things like that, you know, you gotta be vigilant about that stuff. See, this is what happens. So you end up with, like, bales of hay floating in air. But there is like there is a ravine over there by the Santa guy. There are 5 Santa guys in this level. Each of them is carrying one of the pieces of the pipe, and like again, I just don't like him. Like I'm sick of him. Like but there is a ravine over there. If you fall, you'll die. I don't believe you lose your items. I'm not sure. You could just start the level over. There's no real consequences for failing this level. And maybe like things like that, like 2 things in a book. I could easily see myself having missed those in my first run. So there we go. So he's done. There's only 2 more of them or 3 more of them or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's however many there are. It's that many too many. So there you go. Back and forth over the ravine, and then it's done. Leave it alone. Don't go anywhere near it, lest you fall. All right. See, there's another one, just hanging out with his piece of pipe or whatever. Now there is an area. It's right. I believe it's right here. There are some areas where you will be jumping from like over closed sections of the road, and those are a little tricky to identify. They look just like kind of any other. You know, like you can't go up in the woods in this section, but like the next section over, you'll be able to jump. Now I clearly missed an item over by that bush, and I don't think I find it until the like the very end. Like there, yeah. See, you can jump right over that, but like the area next to it, nope. No jumping there. All right, and he's not really Santa Claus. I know you probably knew that. I think you probably had a hint. I mean, but the fact that there are 5 of them, actually, that almost makes him seem more kind of magical and mystical. Is this a new? I think this might be new. That's very cartoony, even for the Rabbids. That like that flying up when you burn yourself. It's very Looney Tunes. All right, the area down in the fence here has exploding dogs. I'm not sure if this is the first time we've seen them. Hit them with a rabbit in the Wii mode if you can manage it. If you can't, just run into them. If you have enough light bulbs, it would be... I was a little worried about that turkey, by the way. I mean, like, clearly is glitched up there. It shouldn't be up there at all. But it did recognize our claim to it, which is nice. That was a nice jump, but it didn't do us any good. Alright, time for a drink of coffee here. So we're almost to 300. And again, our goal is 290, or that 400. 290. What am I thinking here? Where'd the hippie guy go? Guess he's not in there. And that's the guy we glitched out. You will see, I will hit people multiple times in this level because... they're just obnoxiously everywhere, like, running around. Because it's a free-range level, they could go anywhere they want. Yeah, and this can cause you some problems. It is hard to see the items that fly off of them in this environment. And they all talk about Boy Scouts, like scouting and stuff. Like, as you're running around beating them up, they start talking about merit badges, and so it's so randomly weird. 329. Taking into account the one item we missed up by the house for sure. And puts us at, well. Now that fridge in the corner is a jump to get out. I mean, you can get out through the gate. But, just so you know, because I think I come back and check it later. Which I don't know, if I come back and check it later, I don't know why I'm bringing it to your attention now. But, because I might not. It might have been in the previous thing. My memory of video games that I've played in the past is, pretty sketchy. Which always makes it really fun when people post stuff about, like, things I did wrong or something. I'm just like, what? Seriously? Or things that I should do next. That's the one, that's the real kicker that gets me. Is like, the thing that you should do next is blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, this is my 3rd LP ever. It's 2 years old. Like, not only am I not playing that game right now, I don't know that I could find it. And that's not true. I know where all my games are. I still have, I don't get rid of games. I mean, I'm never done with them. But... my cousin was like that. My cousin would get games, buy games, and then like play them and sell them used, and then buy new games all the time, just all the time. And he's played far more games than I could ever hope to play. Like if I find a game that I think is good, I call him and like I give him a vague description, like, hey, you know what's good? It's about blah 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 blah. And he's like, oh, is it blah blah blah? And I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, I played that like a year ago. It's ridiculous how video game crazy he is. I have tried to convince him to do this. I'm just like, dude, you seriously are... I mean, your knowledge... Like, you should be making walkthroughs. Like, he should be doing walkthroughs. Although this is, I'm calling this a, like, in the annotations, I'm annotating this as a walkthrough. Because it's kind of so detailed, and we're discussing problems with the game and stuff. Usually I reserve that to RPGs. Like, RPGs are very much more walkthrough oriented than a lot of platformers. And I almost went in the ravine right there. It would have been bad. I would not have liked it. It would have been bad. Alright, anyway. Okay. So now we're going to get them one item at a time. Look at this. Seriously, this video has 8 minutes left on it. 7.5 minutes. It takes me to get 27 items. But that's what we're talking about. That's why this is just horrible. It's like the cities. We'll see how long it takes. I might cut a bunch of this out. Or make you wait for a ton of time. But I mean, until then, I don't even get stuff on the bridge. I know that there's actually some stuff over behind us, like where we just came from. There's some stuff up a jump. But, I mean, like, this is what we're talking about. Like, that it's not the first 375 feet that are hard. It's the last 25. Again, not to get back to Lego Star Wars, but I just went through that with the collect a million things in Lego City. Oh my god. I got to 999,950. And then it took 10 minutes to find the last thing. Like, anyway. Games. What are you going to do? There'll always be games. So this is a guy, I thought that was an obvious response to just go through the bushes and stuff, but this is apparently not where the solution to our problem is. Meh. What are you going to do? I like it sometimes when I jump into other voices, like, and not like, yeah, like, oh, that's bad. Like, I get that. Everybody does that impression. It's fine. But, like, the other day, I was doing something, and, like, I'm like, oh, he's just a little guy. And, like, was just randomly shocked at how that just came out. I was just like, why did I just do that? Okay, so, like, yeah, pigeons on a ledge. One pigeon. So now 17 more items. 17 more. Ugh. Which could very easily be like 3 living things and 1 thing or something. You know, it's not necessarily... Feet are not representative of the number of items. Another kind of problem, I don't know what that thing is, the N there. Is that a directional marker? Like this is north? Is it, I don't understand. It should be a Rayman tombstone. Because like this is their... is this the only... No, they've done games since then, and I think Travel in Time also. But, like, it took them a while to you know, to develop into their own series. And now it's a split, you know? Like, it's weird that, like, you know, Rayman spawned these Rabbids, and now they've got their own games, and he's got his own games again, which I know... I assume Rayman fans must be very happy about. I actually, don't even remember how I found Raving Rabbids. Like, I remember LPing it, I was just like, this is goofy enough to work. And it's far and away the most popular thing I've ever done. So, I mean, unbelievably, ridiculously popular. It was the second thing I ever did. I just was, I was producing Grand Theft, I was putting up Grand Theft Auto Vice City videos, and was just like, I could do another one of these. That's how it started. That's the... Look at this, though! Ah, my jeez, we just need 17 more things. I keep wanting to say tings. Stupid Rayman and Hey Ryan Let's Play are influencing my commentary now. So I'm watching him, and he keeps saying tings, because, like, apparently that's what they're called in the first Rayman game. And every time he says it, in my mind I go, he means things. But now, it's like, I've accepted that it's not his mistake, it's just my wanting to, because, you know, things. But now, in my head, the two, there is not a lot of difference. Just ranting. I seriously could have just, like, I should have written a poem. And... I could be reciting it right now. I could be like, this is my poem! Right up there where the arrow is. Like, first off, there's 2 things. We just passed them. Yeah, 2 living things. So now we're 9 short. Okay, and that's doable. Like, I mean, I guess, you know, 17 or whatever is doable, too. Yeah, here's where I think I check it out. And I'm like, what is this fridge anyway? And then I realized that you're supposed to hit it like a jump. Yeah, see? That's it. It's just it's a jump. It's just if you're goofing around and you're like, I want to jump out of here rather than using the obvious exit. I hit it again just to make sure it didn't do anything. It wasn't like supposed to land us somewhere or something. I like that there's arrows pointing up that cliff. There's arrows. Big yellow arrows. I don't get it. I'm just like, maybe it's the Boy Scout people. Oh. Recently I had a similar criticism about, you know. Jeez, I can't believe this. I mean, I don't know how right I am. I don't know if all of the items are in that area. But I do know we're going to end up over there. And I don't know, I'm torn. I'm torn about whether or not I'm going to cut this up or not. Because, like, really, this is the genuine experience of the level in the run. And, like, there's only 2 levels like this. And we're not going to have this kind of problem with the construction one. Like, we have some problems, but nothing like this. That one's systematic. It's segmented into areas that I understand very well. Like... And now I'm really curious. I'm, like, really kind of, like, holding my... Well, I'm not holding my breath because I'm talking. To see where exactly we missed stuff. At this point, I'll take credit. Where I missed stuff. Okay. So there's 5. 4 left then. And I'm sure they're up that thing. I mean, because we have a limited amount of time left at this point. Like, we've got to find it in the next minute. Because the end takes some time. But again, big yellow arrows, buddy. Big yellow arrows. Unless, did we already go up there? I mean... No. Nope. This is the thing right here. There. They're up there. Like, they're way up there. And that was it. Like... Bam. Alright, everybody. So, that's 400. Now we can leave. Garbage, I say. Garbage. I don't know. If you see the whole thing, you probably will. I'm thinking. Because we kept a kind of constant stream of commentary. And, I've done worse things. And you just had a 7-minute level, so. There we go. Perfect level. When we come back, what are we doing next? Oh, man. Oh! Happy Xmas. A good level for me, actually. So, we come back, we'll be doing that. And, then probably the city. The next city. The last city. So you guys take care. And, thanks for watching and putting up with all of that. And, bye, everybody.